watch it on my phone. The door. Oh. Is that what you're going in for the iPad? Or, yeah. Start mine. We are not, but we're going to use a block. Okay, friends. Start in just a second. There's my watch. Well, it's thinking about working up there. Yep. Okay. How are you doing? Good? Okay, for anyone at home or watching on replay later, beginner yoga, so we move pretty slow. I kind of talk a lot, but it's just so you can learn. You will probably want a block today, or you can use something like your water bottle, so something that's going to give you a little height and help you with balance so that you don't have to bring your hand all the way to the mat, things like that. So have that maybe just off to the side. And we're going to work on some twists today. Which I think are really fun because we don't tend to move the spine in all directions normally. So I love to just explore like different ways, and then we'll do triangle pose and maybe a revolve triangle if we have time. If not, we'll do that next week. That one's pretty tricky. It's actually my least favorite pose. Which one? Revolve Triangle. So you're in triangle is what we'll work towards, but you're twisting this way. It's just really, your body doesn't twist like that, right? So, let me actually bring this mic closer to me. We're going to start in child's pose today. So child's pose, knees are wide, hips back. And reach the fingertips forward. It's okay if the hips don't come all the way to the heels. Just bring them back as far as works with your body today. And draw the forehead, the chest towards the mat. So as we enter our child's pose today, I want you to think about the spine. And think about the length of the spine. So maybe play around with how far you're reaching the fingertips forward. Can you find a little bit more length as you inhale? And then soften a little bit on your exhales. Let's do 2 more breaths. Inhale, lengthening the spine. Breathe into the back side of the body. Exhale. Last breath in. And exhale. All right, from here, we're gonna walk the hands to the right side of your mat. As you do this, you wanna keep your hips at the same place. So the hips don't move. You're just moving the upper body, rotating the spine a little bit. So we have this tendency, you might notice the left hip start to pop up because you want to reach that left hand forward. But keep both hips grounded down. And then feel the back left side of the body stretching here. Last breath in. Exhale. Let's walk the hands back towards the center, and we'll do the same thing on the other side. So the arms reach towards the left. Again, the only thing moving is the middle to upper body here. Your lower back and your hips stay right where they're at. Good. So when we twist, we'll talk a lot today about twisting through the upper and middle back. In yoga, we really try to keep that lower back and hips stable anytime we're doing a twist. Last breath here. All right, walk the hands back to center. And we'll slowly walk the hands up, lift the chest. We're going to come to sit on our knees. If this bothers you, you can always come cross-legged, straighten the legs out, or you can sit on a block, which I'm going to do here. But whatever feels okay for your knees. And then we're going to sit up as tall as we can. And inhale, bring the arms all the way to the sky. Are you saying if you're in the camera? Exhale, hands come to the heart. One more like that. Inhale, sweep the arms to the sky. Exhale, draw the hands down to the heart, and then all the way back down to the thighs. All right, if you've been in my class, we did this before. Bring the right hand down by the side. Left arm reaches up. So find the length in this left arm first. The right hand doesn't have to touch the mat. It might not. You can always put a block there or your water bottle. And then on your inhale, lean over towards the right side. And then we're going to deepen this twist here. So gaze up towards the left hand and think about spinning the chest open towards the ceiling. So you'll find a little bit of a deeper rotation when you do that. Good. One more breath in. Exhale, left hand comes down, come back up through center. We'll do that on the other side. Left hand reaches down towards the side. Inhale, bring the right arm up to the sky. And feel the length in that right hand first. And then exhale, lean over towards the left. Continue to breathe. And then look up towards that right hand. Twist the chest open towards the ceiling. And it's just going to be a gentle, slight twist here. It's not going to be very deep. One more breath in. All right, exhale, come back to center here. Good. All right, one more twist, seated. This time we're going to go a little deeper. So inhale, reach the arms to the sky. So you'll notice we always start with lengthening the spine. You'll always do this in a twist. And then you keep the length in the spine as you exhale into your twist. So right arm comes back, left arm to the outer right side. The right hand doesn't have to be on the mat. You can place it on maybe the small of your back here. Good, so again, hips don't move, just that upper body. One more breath in. Stay for your exhale. Inhale, come back up through the center. And we'll do that other side. Lengthen the spine. Exhale, twist to the left. Keep the length. Right hand to the left side. I'm going to show you guys here. You can place the left hand on the small of the back. This is just kind of a reminder that the lower back stays where it is. One more breath in. Breath out. All right, come back through center. Inhale, reach up, reset that spine. And then exhale, draw the hands back to your heart. Okay. We're a little warmed up. We're going to come into our cat-cow. So we're moving back onto the hands and the knees. Okay. Wrists under the shoulders, knees under the hips. Inhale, let the belly fall, gaze up. This is your cow pose. Exhale, tuck the chin, round the spine, really pull that belly in towards the back. Inhale, belly falls, look up, cow pose. Exhale, cat. One more. Inhale, belly falls, cow pose. Exhale, cat. All right, come back to flat spine. We're going to add our twists here. So this will look familiar later. We're going to do it on our hands and knees first. So left hand can stay down. I'm going to show you the full version first, and then I'll show you a modified version. So this is thread the needle. You're going to bring the right arm to the sky. And then as much as possible, just twist through the chest. So try to keep those hips in your tabletop. Right arm up. And then the left arm will thread through. We're not going to bring the shoulder down. We're going to keep it fluid. So inhale, bring the right arm back up. Exhale, thread it through. Good, so you can stay doing that. Take a few breaths. Modified option, you can spin the left shin out to the left and come into a modified side plank. So extend that right leg long and plant the sole of the right foot on the mat. Good. So this is a little less intense of a twist. And you're going to do the same thing. You bring the right arm to the sky. And then exhale, thread that right arm through the left. Good. So you choose. Let's take 3 or 4 more breaths. And let you guys move at your own pace. And so if you're in this plank pose, trying to keep these hips stacked in one line as you twist here. One more inhale. Exhale, thread it through. All right, inhale to reset. And exhale, come back to tabletop. Okay, we're going to do the same thing on the other side. I'm going to turn around so the camera can see me.
Okay. So right hand will stay down. And then you can stay on your knees. Or you can send the right shin out to the side of the mat and extend your left leg long. Left arm comes up to the sky. So either here or both knees on the mat. Doesn't matter, these hips stay where they are. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, thread the left arm through the right. Inhale, bring that right arm or left arm back up. Exhale, pull it through. And so you should really feel this in your core too. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, pull it through. Let's do one more. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, pull it through. Inhale to reset. And exhale back to our tabletop position. All right, first down dog of the day. We'll tuck the toes, lift the hips high. Press the heart back, gentle bend in the knees. And then anytime we're in down dog, if you want to skip it, child's pose is your option. Good, so a few breaths. And then the other. Same thing in our child's pose. Notice the length in the spine. Notice if you're arching the back. Try to lengthen back out. One more breath in. Breath out. From here forward to your plank pose. We're going to pause. So find a little bit of strength today. I'm going to start adding some strength to this class. We've been taking it pretty easy. All right. So you're really pulling that belly in. Knees are always an option. Any pose we do, guys. Give me one more breath. All right. And then you're going to come all the way to the belly when you're ready. Good. Untuck the toes. So let's talk about Cobra again for a minute. Toes stay grounded into the mat and press with the tops of your feet into the mat so you should feel the knees lift a little bit. That's how you can tell you're really activating your legs, and that's your stabilizer. That's what's keeping you grounded. Hug the elbows into the body. Hands under the shoulders. And then you just slightly lift up the chest. Good. So lots to think about. The legs are working. The middle to upper back is working. Take one more breath. Good, and then we're gonna bend the knees, big bend, sink the hips back, gaze forward, and walk the feet to meet the hands, top of your mat. Inhale, lift up halfway. And so our spine stays long through this whole sequence. Exhale, forward fold the knees. Inhale, rise all the way up. Reaching the arms to the sky. Connect the palms. Exhale, hands to the heart. Inhale, sweep the arms back to the sky. And then dive all the way forward. See if you can down, keeping that spine long. If you need to bend the knees, that might help. Beautiful. Okay, stay here. So grab your block, and you're going to put it on the highest height here. You might want to bring the feet a little bit wider, so maybe heel toe out a little bit wider than the hips. Okay, so both hands on the block, and we start with that long spine. So this is that halfway lift that we always do. From here, we're going to keep the left hand down on the block. And then you're going to bring the right arm either to the sky or just to the small of the back. But I want you to think about what hand position is going to help you keep the hips the most level. So sometimes we see in this twist a deep bend in the knees and you're just like loosely flailing the body back. But all of our poses are meant to be controlled. There's strength connected to every pose. And you're also just protecting your lower back here by not, jerking into that twist. So it's a real gentle twist. Let's take one more breath. All right, come back to center. Let's take a bend in the knees. Grab opposite elbows, ragdoll. Maybe add that rock side to side. Just resetting the spine here. It's another thing you'll notice in yoga. It's a lot of opposition. So we do one pose, and then we always counter with another. You don't want to overstretch parts of the body. All right, let the hands go. If you need to come all the way back up, you can. Otherwise, just stay folded. And we're going to reset. So plant the right hand in the center of that block. Bring the left hand either to the small of the back or start to reach that left hand to the sky. And gently twist towards the left. Maybe play around with that left hand. See what it can do. I'm going to stay with my hand on my spine. This just is a reminder for me to keep my hips down. Good. One more breath here. Exhale, let that release. This time we're going to rise all the way back up. Come slowly. Maybe bring the arms to the sky. Whew. And then hands come to the heart. Inhale, reach the arms up to the sky again. Fold all the way back. Remember, long spine. Good. Okay, we're going to stay here. You can have your block to the side. We're going to step the left foot to the back of the mat. So step it as far back as you can. And then you're going to drop the left knee down. So we're going to come to our low lunge. And my knees are even hurting lately from this ground. Okay, from here, you're going to lift your arms to the sky. And then I don't think we've really talked about this pose a lot. It's the same thing as our high crescent lunge. Your knee never should come farther than your ankle. So if you're leaning forward into this, I want you to lift back up. The knee can be right over the ankle or maybe a little back, just depending on, how your knees feel. You can always pad this back knee as well. Another thing here, usually the back toe is untucked, but if you need the balance, you can tuck the back toe under. It's not necessarily wrong. Okay. So same thing here, long spine, strong core. Good. Take a breath in. And then bring the hands down to the thigh. You can interlace the fingers here. Good. So this just helps with your balance a little bit. This is also always an option rather than your arms up. Good. All right. From here, we're going to bring the arms back to the sky. Now that we have our balance, our core stability in this pose, goal post the arms. So I always call these cactus arms. In your goal post, shoulders and elbows are in line, and you're squeezing gently back through the shoulder. So there's this little press back. Good. And then from here, we're going to take a twist. So everything stays right where it is. You just turn the body to the right. And so this is a lot of shoulder work too. Try to keep those triceps and biceps engaged. Good. So we build strength without using weights. We use the body here. Good. One more breath in. All right. Exhale, come back to center. And let's give the arms a break. We'll give that knee a break. So you can step both knees back if you would like. You can sit back on the heels. You can come totally off the knees if you need to. Whew. Okay. All right. We're going to do the other side. So come back to downward dog. Let's just reset here. So lengthen those legs back out. We've had them bent. Bend the knees, look forward, walk to the top of your mat. Lift up halfway for your inhale. Forward fold, exhale. Rise all the way up, inhale. Hands to heart center, exhale. Inhale, arms reach up. Fold all the way down, exhale. Good. Leave the hands and we'll step the right foot to the back of the mat this time. As far back as you can. And then dropping that right knee down. Good. On your inhale, you reach the arms to the sky. And then if you want it, exhale, hands can come down to the thigh just to help you find your balance here. Good. So sitting up as tall as you can. And this is the position that we stay in. I'd rather have you lifted than sunk into it. Okay. All right, inhale, arms come up. Exhale, cactus those arms. So make your goal post. Check that your elbows are in line. And then take a little squeeze through the backs of the shoulder blades. Good. All right, inhale. Exhale, we'll twist the upper body to the left this time. So you always have an option here as well to bring the arms out straight. And then maybe think about how the thighs kind of squeeze together. That'll help you deepen this twist, actually. Good. All right, let's come out of it. Inhale, twist back through center, reach up. Exhale, plant the hands down. And then we'll step back, both knees to meet. And you can come off the knees for a minute if you would like. I'm going to get some water. I want to talk a little bit about the arms and the arm strength. So actually holding your arms up like that for like good lengths of time really builds strength in your arms. So you don't even have to use any weight or any other tools to build that strength. They do this a lot in prenatal yoga. You sit here for like 5 minutes with your arms in the air because you're building strength to hold your baby, essentially. So this, I mean, it's pretty intense. So if you ever want a good arm workout, you can just sit here with your arms in the sky. Okay. We're actually going to come to stand now. You don't have to do that jumping thing. I just you can just stand. That's not a yoga move, guys. Okay. Okay. All right. So start in our Tadasana, our mountain pose, feet hips width distance apart, and then we're going to step a little wider. So a little wider than hips width, similar to where you're going to be for a forward fold, but probably not as wide. Okay, so let me look. What am I doing here? Okay, we're going to start to move into our triangle pose. And I just want you to rock the hips side to side. I don't know if this is a good song for that or not, but that's what we got. So we're just opening the hips here. And when we move into this pose, you'll kind of see where we're going with this. So just side to side. You'll probably feel this through your psoas here, getting into the groin muscle a little bit. All right. Okay, come to stillness. Keep the right foot where it's at. And then you're going to turn the left toe to face the top of the mat. The legs are going to stay straight here. If you want to grab your block, you can, or your water bottle. I'm going to place my block inside of my left foot. Okay. If you don't need it, you don't have to use it, but from here, we're going to bring the arms out back to our length. So this is the same as your warrior 2 arms. And then kind of like we were moving our hips side to side, you're going to kick the hip all the way to the right side. From here, you reach that left arm as far forward as you can, and then you just make this tick-tock down. So again, the only thing that moves is that upper body. Right? Hips stay where they are. They're actually a little stacked on each other here. If this right arm to the sky feels like too much, if it's compromising the rotation in your hips, you can bring this hand back to the small of your back here. Good. All right. One more breath in. All right, on your inhale, slowly rise back up. Let the core do the work here. Come back to your long arms, and then we'll pivot the arms forward. We'll step our feet back together for just a minute. Maybe give the arms, give the shake, give it a wiggle. Okay. And we're going to do the other side. So come back to your wide leg stance here. If you need another shake of the hips, side to side. I guess this is a fun song. All right, bring the arms back up to a T. And then you're going to point the right toe towards the top of the mat. And if you want to, bring that block right outside of that right foot. All right, kick that left hip back. As you do this, you don't kick it out, you kick it straight to the side. And then reach that right arm forward and then down. Left arm up or to the small of your back. One other thing to think about here is your knees. So I don't know if you can see it on the camera or even in my body, but this front knee, sometimes people will lock it, they'll hyperextend it. Especially if you are, what do they call it, double jointed. People will pop that knee back. Come out of it a little bit. So it can be a really subtle bend, and this is going to activate all the muscles in your quads. So you want those legs to be working. When you fully straighten that leg, you're dipping into your joints and really putting a lot of pressure on that knee. So take one more breath in, and then we'll rise up. Ooh. Inhale. Good. All right, step it back together. Good. Ugh.
That actually feels like a good one for lower back.
Yeah. 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 Especially like the side of your lower back. That's my favorite pose. So we're gonna do my favorite pose and my least favorite pose today.
So that what you just did is your least favorite?
No, that's my favorite.
Okay.
So that's triangle pose, also called Trikonasana. I just like it because it lengthens everything. Like it lengthens your legs, your arms, your spine, and you still get like a little bit of a twist.
Well, I've never done that kicking the knee out.
Yeah, yeah, it helps. I think if you're not doing that, it makes it more difficult, for sure. Yeah. Okay. What time is it? 10:07. Okay. So yes, we're gonna do the revolved triangle now. I'm gonna face the top of my mat. Put your block right at the top on the highest height. Okay. So right foot is going to stay forward, and you're going to step the left foot back, similar to where it would be for Warrior One, but your stance isn't going to be as long. So maybe shorten it a little bit, maybe like 3 or 4 feet, but this back foot is a little bit at a 45-degree angle. So your feet aren't both facing forward. That would make this pose utterly impossible. But your hips do stay forward, just like our Warrior One. Both legs are going to stay straight. And we're essentially taking our triangle pose and adding a twist to it. It's going to look a lot like our forward fold that we did earlier. Okay, so we're going to bring the arms to the sky. And then keeping the hips right where they are, you're just going to fold forward. Keeping the spine as long as you can. The left hand will come down to your block. You can leave this right arm forward, or you can start to move the right hand to the small of the back again. Okay, so we start here. Everything is parallel to the ground. And then you add that twist, but the same thing we've been doing. The hips don't really move. You twist the upper body. So you're probably not going to go very far. All right. I just find this pose really hard for me personally. Some people love it. Final variation would be this right arm to the sky. Yeah. So this is completely enough. All right, so revolve triangle. Take one more breath. All right, exhale, come back. Maybe bring both hands to the earth. And you can let the head fall heavy on the right leg. And breathe into the spine. Big breath out. All right, let's rise up on our inhale. Slowly. And we'll step that left foot back to the top so we can switch sides. So I'm going to stay facing this way so you can see in the camera what it looks like from this end. Left foot stays forward. Couple steps back with that right foot. Right foot is 45-degree angle, so pointing towards the top right corner. One thing I didn't mention on the other side, same thing in our warrior one. So your feet don't have to be on this same plane. If it helps to bring them wider, like out to the edges of your mat, you can. It's more just about where the hips are. So as long as your hips are still facing forward, I don't really care how far apart your legs are. And that might help you get a better twist, actually. All right, so start here, both legs straight. We inhale, reach the arms to the sky. Keep the length in the spine and the arms. And then exhale, just hinge forward at the hips. Good. Maybe the chest comes all the way parallel. And then that right hand comes down to your block. Left hand to the small of your back. And when you're ready, take that little twist to the left. So as you twist, think about that spine still reaching long. The crown of your head's reaching towards the top of the mat. And give it one more breath. And exhale. Release that. Both hands down. Maybe bend the knees a little bit. Forward fold. All right. And then step that right foot back to the top of the mat. Okay. We'll take a big stretch up. Reach those arms to the sky. And exhale. Come back to the heart. One more inhale, sweep the arms to the sky. And exhale, forward fold all the way down. Lift up halfway, inhale. Exhale, plant the hands. You can either step back to downward dog or come to your plank. Then we'll lower all the way down to the belly again. Lift the chest up, inhale, baby cobra. Exhale. We're going to roll onto our backs. So I was saying at the beginning of class, yoga is made of poses and then their oppositions. So since we were twisting a lot, we want to kind of move the spine in the other direction. So, a couple of back bends. I don't think we've done this in beginners yet, but we're going to take bridge pose. For bridge, If you have soles of the feet on the mat, knees bent, walk the heels in a little bit close to your body, and you're going to put the block right in between your thighs. There's another variation with the block. We'll do that. We can do that next.
I just want this
Block between your thighs. So the reason we put the block between the thighs is because a lot of time when you do bridge, the knees naturally just fall out to the side. When the knees are falling out, that just your legs are not engaged, and it's gonna, one, put a lot of stress on your knees and a lot of stress on your lower back. So we want to make sure we're protecting all those parts of the body. So when we put a block between the thighs, it forces you to squeeze those thighs together and really engage everything in the lower body. Eventually you remove the block, but you have that muscle memory to still take, the same engagement through the legs. All right, so palms down by your side, fingertips reaching towards the heels. Shimmy the shoulder blades together underneath you just a little bit. And then on your inhale, lift up the hips. Press down on the earth with your forearms and squeeze that block together as tight as you can. So you should feel the inner thighs working. You should feel the glutes working. Good. This pose is really good for your butt. One more breath in. All right, as you exhale, roll down vertebrae by vertebrae. So upper back comes down, middle back comes down, and then your lower back. All right. So we'll take a rest. We'll do one more. You can do that variation. Carol here was putting the block underneath her lower back, which is also an option too. This is a little bit more gentle, but you'll still get the same benefits of the back bend. You just don't have to do as much work. So the other one is a little bit more active, a little bit more strength building. This one's a little bit more restorative. So I'll let you pick. All right, get set up. Bring the thighs, hug them together, engage the glutes. Inhale, lift the hips up. Press away from the earth. Keep those hips high for 3, for 2, and 1. Exhale, come down slowly. All right, and then you can bring the feet out, knees together, and just windshield wiper the legs, left to right. Okay. Resetting the spine. Okay, we'll take one more pose here. This one's called Happy Baby. So keep the spine on the mat. Bring the legs up to the sky. You can bend the knees and grab the outer edges of your feet. Pull down, pull the knees down into the armpits. I lost my words. Good. And then I love to just rock side to side in this pose. It's a little fun, but it also feels really good on your back. And then you always have the option to straighten the legs out. we've been doing a lot with straight legs today, so your choice if you want to do that or keep the legs bent. Take one more breath here. And then hug the knees into the chest, let go of the feet. Give yourself a tight squeeze, wrapping the arms around the legs. And take a big breath in. And then we'll find our final pose, Shavasana. Shavasana, legs come long, arms come long down by your side. Spend a minute here. And we take Shavasana just to let the body settle. To use it as a short meditation. To slow the breath. All right. Always welcome to stay in Shavasana as long as you want. If you're coming with me, wiggle the toes and the fingers. Wake up the body. Maybe reach the arms up overhead. Take one full body stretch. Point. And then exhale to draw the knees back into the chest. You can rock to your side or start to rock forward and back. Eventually making your way back to a seated position. Okay. All right. We'll close here, keeping the eyes closed. Sit up as tall as you can. Reach the arms up to the sky. Palms connect. Exhale, hands come to the heart. I thank you for joining me on the mat today. We bow forward in gratitude for practice. Namaste. All right. Thank you, everyone.